And welcome back to The Watchman from Jerusalem. It's been 52 years since the Jewish people regained their ancestral capital and made Jerusalem a beacon to the nations once again. Now I say once again because this city was the capital of Israel 3,000 years ago, and still 2,000 years ago, during the time of Jesus, it remained the center of Jewish worship, culture, and life. That great history is on full display at the Wool Archaeological Museum here in Jerusalem. Our Watchman correspondent Raj Nair paid them a visit recently and saw firsthand the triumph and tragedy of Jewish life here under the Roman occupation during the Second Temple period. Take a look.
One of my favorite parts about the old city of Jerusalem is that down every little alleyway or hidden staircase, there's more than likely something of huge historic or biblical significance that you could just walk right by and have no idea that it's there. And where we're going today is a perfect example of that. It's called the Wool Museum. So, what's down there? Let's go find out. Yoel, thank you for showing us around this incredible, beautiful place. So tell us, what exactly are we looking at?
First of all, we are in Jerusalem, in the holy city of Jerusalem, in the Jewish quarter of the old city. And here we are looking at a museum that is called the Wool Museum for Antiques, the Herodian Quarter. Herodian Quarter, you know the name Herod?
Of course.
Very famous name. What you're looking here is a house. Small house, it's a huge house. We are in the basement. Up above there's a one floor and there's a second floor. There's a big family living here. How do we know? Look at what we see here. We find one mikveh here. A mikveh is a ritual bath. You know what it is? Purity, impurity. The mikveh gets its water from rain. We have another mikveh over there, another mikveh down there below this arch, and a fourth one over here. That's what made us decide that the people who lived in this house were priests.
And so this place is undoubtedly 2,000 years old or more, correct?
Undoubtedly.
And so you have an extremely Jewish house here. So the idea that this city didn't have Jewish people is crazy. I mean, it's literally right in front of you.
Raj, do you use a mikveh?
No.
Do the Muslims use a mikveh?
No.
The Jews are the ones who use a mikveh. Every time you find a mikveh, and that needs to be very clear, a mikveh has to have at least 1 cubic meter of water. 3 feet on 3 feet on 3 feet of water. That's the minimum, and the water has to come from rain or from a spring. It cannot be pumped water. These things are very clear. This is a Jewish house. The mosaics are very interesting because you can see in the mosaics there are different figures. There are waves there, and there are other geometrical. But there's no face of a man or an animal because it's forbidden by the Torah to put those.
Yet another indication that this was a Jewish home.
Absolutely right.
So tell me the modern story of this place. How did this get revealed?
Actually, the modern period starts in 1967. 1967, the big war, the 6 Days War. You remember that big miracle when the Lord gave us Jerusalem back in 6 days. I was 14 years old. When the archaeologists came to Jerusalem, to the old city of Jerusalem, they found 75% of the houses, they were bombed by Jordanians. There was all destruction around here. For them, it was the Garden of Eden because they could dig whatever they want. And that's what they did. They started to dig. One bit after that, they found one layer below the other one. The first layer will be, of course, the Turkish period, Ottoman period. That goes back to 1517. Before that, we go to the time of the Mamluk. Before that, we go to the time of the Crusaders. Before the Crusaders, we go to the time of the first Islamic period. Before that, we go to the Roman period. And this is the Roman period. This is the 1st century AD.
This is stunning, but there's more.
There is a lot more. This is one of 6. Let me show you some.